Hi, this is Alex from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today's book is Story from the Bible, The Sacrifice, for 1990. So let's get started. Abraham and his wife Sarah loved God. They worshipped him and obeyed him in all ways. And yet Abraham and Sarah were sad because they had no children, and now they were old. Abraham, obedient to God, pleased him greatly. So God said to Abraham, Sarah should bear a child, a son. The two old people could hardly believe this wonderful news, but their faith in God was strong. They dared to hope they would be parents. Finally, their son Isaac was born, a fine, healthy child. Abraham and Sarah was overjoyed. Isaac grew tall and strong, and he too followed Abraham and his obedience to God. One day, God decided to test Abraham. He told Abraham that he must sacrifice his son, his only son, Isaac, to him. With the sadness heart, Abraham rose his servants and told them to saddle his donkey. He told Isaac to prepare for a trip, and he himself cut enough wood to burn a large animal. He said that God wanted him to make a burning sacrifice on Mount. They set off on the journey, which would take about 3 days. Abraham carried a knife, and one of the servants carried a fiery torch. The traveler reached Mount and climbed up some distance. When Abraham saw the archers not far away, he called a halt. The two servants, he said, wait here with the donkeys while my son and I go further up to the archers and worship. Tie the wood onto Isaac's back. Give him the torch, motionless. Isaac forward with the knife. Abraham started out again. Father, said Isaac, you have forgotten a lamb for the sacrifice. Do not worry, my son, answered Abraham. God will provide the sacrifice. When they reached the altar, Abraham untied the wood and spread it out on the altar, but instead of looking around for an animal to sacrifice, he motioned Isaac to lay down on the altar. Very frightened, Isaac did so. He lay perfectly still while his father tied him tightly to the wood and the altar. Isaac picked up the large knife from the stone that supported the propped up torch. Drawing a deep breath, he walked steadily to the altar with the knife held in his fist. He drew back his arm. Just as he was about to plunge the knife into Isaac's heart, God sent his angel to hold back Abraham's wrist. Now God knew you are truly obedient and loved him above everything else, said the angel. Untie Isaac and live in happiness with a great reward to come. Just as Abraham had finished untying Isaac and was embracing him, they heard a sound behind them. They turned to see a ram struggling to free his horn from the thick, woody bushes where he was caught. The Lord had provided, shouted Abraham with a joyful laugh. He and Isaac quickly caught the ram and tied it where Isaac had laid. Then, very solemnly, Abraham and Isaac made a burning offering to God. God's reward to Abraham was a promise that his descendants would be abundantly blessed and as numerous as the stars in the sky. This was indeed a great reward for a man who had great faith. So that was The Sacrifice for 1990. So please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. We have another video coming out real soon.